First of all, I want to say this is awesome. I think the players especially need to give the Booster Club, especially Frank Garcia, who led the charge, to have it at Fireside Inn. This place is gorgeous, it's awesome. So let's give the parents a big round of applause. Yeah! Thanks to Fireside Inn. This is the first time I've been here in probably 15, 20 years. This place looks awesome, totally different from when I saw it. Now I know why there's so many banquets here. This is great, it's a beautiful place, so thank you. Well, that was a fun last weekend, eh? And a pretty fun night too as well. I just want to say congratulations to all the teams. First, the modified teams that aren't here. They had great seasons. Records don't really matter. It's the way they, at modified level, it's the way they developed and they improved throughout the whole season. We had great coaching. Coach Farini came back and helped out a lot, which was awesome. The JV team, the JV team had a good amount of some really good sophomores, should I say, come up, and they were needed on the varsity. So a little undermanned, I thought, but then some of those young players in the JV and all the 9th graders and 10th graders really did a good job, especially the 10th graders leading the charge. So thanks to the JV team. And a little thanks to the 2023 back-to-back New York State Class A Boys Lacrosse Champions, the varsity team. The magical varsity season was completed with one last win. I'm not good at math, as Coach Solomon knows, being my former math teacher. But if I do the math right, there's only 4 teams left in the state playoffs at the end. There's 4 classes. 4 teams are left who get the win. 4 teams win. You were one of them. You were 4 teams in the state that were last standing, that got that W and brought the state championship home. To accomplish that ultimate goal, it needs to be a collective group effort. I'm going to talk about the team, and I'm going to talk about those seniors for a while, and I'm sorry, but they deserve it. But for this to happen, for this to be complete, it's a group effort. It's a collective group effort. That's one of the biggest things I've learned over the years, that you need to rely on people. You can't be stubborn, and I was the first couple of years. You have to reach out to people. It's not just the players, it's not just the coaches. It's a lot of different people, and I need to thank them, and I'm not sorry for thanking a lot of people. I don't feel bad, because I want to thank everyone, and if I miss you, I am so sorry. First up, I want to thank the varsity lacrosse parents. All the parents, but the varsity parents. You went to Hofstra. I'm telling you, every time we go, I call it our island. Every time we go there, it feels like a home game. And there might have been more Farmingdale people in the stands when I looked, but the B-Bell fans, and those parents especially, were louder. And you guys are truly amazing. And I'm telling you, I haven't had really a bad group of parents, and it only keeps getting better. And I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. The lacrosse community. You see the supporters. My man's right here. The biggest supporter right here at Big Sexy, who leads the charge. But he's all decked in red. He's leading the charge, and there's so many other supporters, not just parents, that come to the game. I saw a ton of alumni throughout the year. I can't say enough about Sales, what they do for us. Sales Pizzeria, Meow and Sale, what they do for us and for this program, and other programs too, is incredible. So I want to give them a round of applause. I know the Delias very well, very, very well. I can tell you some stories, but I can't tell them here. They're awesome people. It's an amazing family. They don't open up on Sundays, but they did for us, and that was pretty amazing. And they've had podcasts there with Dan, and they've done a lot of different things. They've done fundraisers, and we want to thank them as well. I said this before, it starts from the bottom all the way up. To have a dominant program, you need the youth support. I saw this a long time ago when I was an assistant coach with Coach Farini. I actually saw it before that I don't know if he remembers, but out of college I came to a youth practice, I think when Braden and Wilcox were little kids, with Chad Lynch and my Uncle Greg, and I saw the youth right there, and then as an assistant coach, it seemed like each year below was more talented. I say it all the time, I'm not being modest, I was given the keys to a Cadillac when I was a head coach, and I meant that. These youth coaches did something that not many people do. They kept them together. They didn't let them go on travel teams. And I'm not bashing travel because I know it's a part of the game, but the group of coaches, especially Chad Lynch, Jeremy Hollenbeck, Mike Doyle, Andy Quinn, and I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody else, they kept those guys together, last year's group and this year's group, and you see the results. I just want to say thank you. I said it, you guys started it, we finished it, and I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I want to say to the parents who helped out, especially at the games. I'm going to talk about some of these people a little bit later. Announcer Mike Wertheim, I think he's been doing it since 2016. I don't know if I'm positive, but the JV announcer was Frank Garcia. Yeah, that's what I thought. Scoreboard and clock for varsity was Chad Lynch, Max Sutton. For JV was Rebecca and Carl DeCesar. Score and stabs keeper, my man, still terrified of him. There's two people I feel, the devil. I fear the devil and I fear Jeff Dial. I'm going to talk about that later, but no, I really am so grateful for Jeff. He does a phenomenal job with the book. And I saw that the JV, Paul Lyman and Rob Doherty also did a phenomenal job. I know Coach Solomon and Coach Malaki were very happy about that, so thank you. Videographer, Tara Levy, awesome. That's big, that was big for me. I didn't know what to expect, because every year it's been perfect. It started with Heather. Is Heather here?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Love it. All right, started with Heather, and then she gave it over to Jen Marinelli, and then Tara came in, and it has been awesome. And I know all the other varsity coaches would say the same thing. Phenomenal job with Huddle. Thank you very much. The photographers, Mrs. Nielsen, Kelly Natalia, and my man Maddie. Is Matt here?
We're here.
Also, thank you very much. Those pictures, the videos you do, Matt, especially, they're phenomenal. And I know the players really appreciate them, so thank you.
Thank you.
Big raffle, it's not easy. I know my Uncle Greg started a couple years ago, handed it down to the Ordways, and then it didn't skip a beat with Matt Medwood. I want to give him a big thanks, so thank you, Matt. Social media, tremendous job. It was awesome. Whether you go to the Instagram, whether you go to the Facebook page, whether you get the emails every week. I'm going to talk about it more, but phenomenal job with social media in Hollis style. Thank you, Hollis. Team pictures, Amy Wertheim and Hollis style. Am I forgetting anybody else? Hope not. Those are always awesome. The team apparel and store, Wendy Ayano. Wendy, phenomenal job. She's amazing. She does a great job. The varsity coordinators, Hollis Style, Jen Marinelli, Tara Levy. The program, Eric Stevenson, and anybody else I'm forgetting. I'm sorry if I forgot anybody else. I really am. I try to include everybody, but thank you very much for all your support this year. So I had Heather Mackinac for a couple of years, and it was awesome. Not gonna lie, when you get a new Booster Club president, you don't know what to expect. But it didn't skip a beat, and I think, and Heather would say that as well. Frank Garcia came in, he's done a phenomenal job. Anything, just like Heather, anything I need, whether it was balls, he was carrying them over the shoulder, coming down the path, anything. The support is incredible, Frank, your leadership is amazing, and we're so lucky to have two phenomenal Booster Club presidents in a row, so thank you very much, Frank. Vice President Amy Wertheim does a ton of stuff behind the scenes that people don't realize with planning and trips and other stuff, and I'm going to talk about her in a little bit. Secretary Jen Marinelli, Jen's all over the place with emails, getting everybody set for the Booster Club. She also helps out with a ton of planning. Very grateful for Jen and everything she does, so thank you. The fundraiser directors, Matt Medwood, which I mentioned, tournament coordinator, Chad Lynch, communications, Sarah Tyner, Sarah Lyman. Any email I need with anything goes through her. She sets up all the registrations for your beautiful camps, all the tournament registrations. That's all Sarah, and she does a lot of stuff behind the scenes as well, and I'm very grateful, so thank you, Sarah. The webmaster himself, Drew Mahaffey. I've been noticing that the online site is really nice, looks really good now, cleaned up because of him. Thank you very much. And the at-large is Eric Stevenson, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but thank you, Eric. And that just brings me to this. There's 7 special parents who've dedicated so much to this program. And it's not about their kid. That's when you know you got a great parent in the Booster Club or supporting the program. When it's not about their kid. It's about everybody. It's about the coaches, it's about the player, it's about the program. The first one I want to thank, he's been with me for a couple years, very grateful, such an amazing guy and great guy, is Andy Quinn. Andy Quinn has been Booster Club treasurer, youth coach, supporter. Probably a lot of you don't know his job, but I know from a lot of people that work with him who love him, it's a very busy job. He's very busy. But somehow he finds time to help out and support the program. I'm so grateful for everything you've done. I'll never forget you. Thanks a lot. Eric and Lori Stevenson. Eric with the Booster Club, always in the meetings, whether it's the program, whether it's the rings helping out, and Lori's there helping them too. Your constant support of the program, whether it's the raffle, whether it's the rings, all the other activities that you've supported and helped out with. These boys, they know how much you've done. We all know how much you've done, and we're very grateful to you guys. Thank you very much to Eric and Lori. Mike and Amy Wertheim, they've been here since 2016 with Spencer and Dylan. Mike's been an announcer since I believe 2016. We started with the JV. Amy's been on the Booster Club since 2017. Again, Mike with the announcing, anything you need from Mike. Amy with planning trips. The previous trips last year and I believe the year before. Amy getting the ring sizes, the rings, set up that whole ring ceremony that was phenomenal at Passes on the Green. She's been the vice president as well. The Wertheims are going to be missed. It's a name. We know the players made a name, and the family did as well. The mom and dad did as well, and we're going to miss them. I can't get the words out, but thank you so much. What I'll say to those 7 special parents, you're going on a new adventure, you're going on with your boys, and they might be going to college, some are in college, but remember this is home, this is your home, and you know you're always welcome back anytime, and we love you guys very much, so thank you. Our modified JV coaches do a phenomenal job, but our JV coach, assistant coach Mike Malaki came back a couple years ago, and I was pumped. I looked up to Mike. When I was a kid growing up, he was a really good lacrosse player. Played at Bevo, phenomenal midi. Fast, man. Yeah, he's fast. Just a solid player. And then he went to Oswego. And when I heard he was coming back to Bevo with a tech job, that was a no-brainer. I called him right away and asked him to coach. And I'm so happy he did. I know his passion for Bevo, how much he loves it. And Mike, I'm very grateful, so thank you. Just been always his home. Tim Salmon, he's been coaching Baldwinsville Lacrosse. I always say, wherever you want to go, you can go. Because that's how much I care about him. That's how much he's done for me. He's been a mentor since I came really in high school when he was my assistant basketball coach. I didn't forget that. And then coming out of college, right away he calls me. I was his JV assistant. And then next year when he got the varsity job, I was his JV head coach. I started in basketball before lacrosse. It's because of him, a big reason because of him that I'm here, and I want to say thank you, Tim, for everything. Our trainer, Rebecca Veltri, I always say Veltri, I can't read. Rebecca Veltri, we're gonna miss her, you know? It's kind of another thing. If you get a new Booster Club president, then you get a new trainer. So we had Becky Rapp before, and she was awesome. And me and Coach Lane were like, man, we're losing Becky. And then Becca comes in and doesn't skip a beat. She's done a phenomenal job with our guys. All the boys love her. She's not just an athletic trainer. She's also almost like a coach on the sideline sometimes, always with us on the sidelines, always cheering us on. And she's going to do a phenomenal job, even though she's going to my rival school, Ithaca, out in Portland. That's okay. Where's the bomber? I would say that I just want to wish her the best of luck. She's going to do a phenomenal job in Ithaca. So thank you, everybody. I can go all night. My assistant coaches, first going to start with the man who you know I'm going to start with, Andy Lamb. We went to Sammy Malone's 2015. We were a little bit younger then. We had a soda or two, and you know we just talked about things we wanted to do, things we wanted to accomplish, the culture, different things, tactically wise, and we just got going. And we started this thing, man, and we said that we'd be here, and we said we're going to win a state championship, and now we're a part of 2 state championships. And you're my partner in crime, and I want to thank you for everything. Thank you, Andy. Andy would agree just as much as I am. When Coach Dylan Burkowski came here, he brought new life. He brought a new life to the defense, a new energy to the defense, and Coach Lamb fed off it right away, and so did I. It was like, me and Lamb were like, is this gonna work? It was the first day we looked at each other like, this is really gonna work. He brought schemes, new drills, the energy that he has, very, very smart coach, works his butt off, and I'm telling you, we're not here it's for Coach Burkowski, so thank you, Dylan. We got 2 defensive coaches, so I'm on offense, and I'm trying to talk to them once in a while, my coaches about offense, and they're just like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead. Just kidding with that. But I get a guy like Spencer Wertheim. The kid's at Cornell, which as we know is a high academic school. He's playing lacrosse, whether it's off season or during the season. He didn't just come back and coach. Like, okay, my season's over, I'm gonna come coach. We were in contact the whole year about stuff. He's watching film, breaking down film, early spring season. Even before that, what drills do you got for me? What do you think about this? We're going back and forth. I'm telling you, it started in 2021. He brought new life to me. There was Dylan, shout out Adrenaline, and then Spencer came in and opened my mind up to offense. I am telling you that our offense would not be where it is, and I think all these guys can agree, if it wasn't for Spencer Wertheim. Coming in, being a coach in 2021, because he didn't have a season, coming back in 2022 and 2023. He's a big part of the state championship. I want to thank him very much. So we're going to talk about the varsity team before dinner, because I want to kind of enjoy dinner, and I really want to talk about these guys right away. What these boys, let's talk about this. It's the supporters, the coaches, but let's be real. Coach never scored a goal. No fan never made an assist or made a stop. You players, what you accomplished to win back-to-back Class A championships, that's incredible. That's incredible. We become the only sports team, I looked it up to make sure, only sports team in Baldwinsville history to win back-to-back state championships. You are the 3rd boys, there's only 3 boys lacrosse team in Section 3 history to win back-to-back championships. It's JD, West Jenny, and Baldwinsville. These seniors who we'll talk about shortly, it was not easy. Let's be honest. We knew it. We came in here with a target on our back, a bullseye on our chest. Everybody wanted a piece of Bevo. You're the defending state championship. The defending state champions. And all we asked, and the coaches preached, pressure yourself to be a better player and better teammate. You're probably sick of hearing it. You guys did that. The seniors had a difficult task to lead this team. They led them every single day. You're talking about captains. If the echo of a passing drill wasn't loud enough, the captains would tell them, that's not loud enough. Righty right. Echo it again. That's the kind of leadership that we got. And I think the juniors and sophomores would say that. That's the leadership we got. And it wasn't just all the captains. It was all the seniors. I can name Dylan Wertheim, Ryan Quinn. It's just not just the captains. But I'm telling you, they did it. They led every day. And it wasn't easy for the juniors and sophomores. Are you kidding me? You got these seniors barking down your throats? Man, Keegan was scary sometimes. I feel bad for Jimmy. Barking down. But you know what? They did it. They followed the seniors' lead. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. You younger players, I'm going to say something later, but it's worth it. They're all great players, but they're more importantly even better young men. And the coaches love them all very much, every single one of them. Awesome job. 18-2 overall record, 7-1 league record. SCAC League champions, Section 3 champions, New York State Regional champions, and New York State Class A state champions back-to-back. They started with sweeping Liverpool, beat them once, beat them twice, and then beat them a third time to win a sectional title. They beat a physical corning team. Didn't play our best game. Like Coach Lamb said, there's always one of those games where you got to scrap. And they did that. They became regional champs. They battled and overcame a very, very talented Pittsburgh team. They're talented. They were good. Great defense, pretty good offense, very talented. They beat them. But those guys, they packed their stuff on the charter bus to go to Long Island. I could have told them that was a bad idea. Before the game, I would have told them. Because when I saw it in our eyes, I told we ain't losing this game. I thought Braden Pennefelder's team was going to go through the window, watch them walk by. So then you got all this stuff with the air quality. So we got no time. We got to get on a bus the next morning. We go down to Long Island. A little more than 24 hours when we played them, and we beat a very athletic and talented Farmingdale to capture the program's second Class A championship. I said it last year. I'm going to say it again this year. Now I'll let you guys say it. Who's Island? Our Island. Watch Braveheart, great movie. Again, the coaches, program, parents, lacrosse community especially. I said it, we have the best lacrosse community in the state. We do. So incredibly proud. Congrats one more time. Give yourselves a round of applause. Actually, I'm gonna have to read them too. First one up, underclassmen, you'll get your time when you're seniors. We're going to call you up. So when we call your name, please come up and get your packet and your awards and just stand to the side. Face-off specialist, number 32, Josh Armpriester. Manager, glad he did it. Going to look to have him on the team next year as a player. Manager, Chase Babcock. A trackman, works his butt off every single day in practice, doesn't make any excuses, one of the hardest working players, Braden Bolton. The goalie for us really improved throughout the year. I know Coach Lamb pushes him hard. Very proud of him. Goalie number 33, Brandon Dusky. Midi made some big plays for us this year. It's tough when you got some talented middies ahead, but I thought he had a really good year and really improved throughout the year. Midi number 26, Judson Ferris. Personally, I think this guy got gypped of all league awards. Something to be said about this kid as a sophomore and doing the things he did at midfield. If he keeps it up, I feel he's going to be a very, very special player down the road. Midfielder, second team All-League, number 23, Brady Garcia. This player, sophomore attackman, probably on a lot of other teams he's starting. He's had 3 senior attackmen ahead of him. Thought he did a phenomenal job. Dylan Garcia. Call this man Kitty Cat. I don't know how that nickname came about, but it did. But honestly, and I think Coach Porter came up to me one day, he was saying how much he improved throughout the year. His stick skills, when he first started, not that good. But man, when you started throughout the year, you kept going and going, and you worked hard, you improved a lot. One of the most improved players, Hayden Kinsella. This guy is big moves. His voice is pretty deep. No, but another guy who really improved. Another guy the defensive coach was saying, wow, he's working his butt off. His stick's getting better. He's finally grasping it off ball. Defenseman number 29, Kyle Levy. Another big part of the reason we won a state championship is because we had this midi really step up, and he really stepped up towards the end of the season, especially. I think he's got a lot of potential. He can be a special player if he keeps working hard. Number 20, Iggy Lamento. When he's focused, we're getting him focused. We're gonna have a big talk with him because he's got some serious potential, and I really believe that. He's got to believe it though, but I really do believe it. Defenseman who really improved throughout the year, number 25, Aiden Lyman. This guy right here. Oh, sorry. Attackman. Another guy who would have started probably another team, just had his brother and 2 other attackmen ahead of him. Works his butt off in practice, one of the hardest workers on the team as well. Going to have a good career. Number 31, Tyrion Lynch. The guy he covered this past Sunday had like 80-something points. He had 0 points. The attackman, O'Keefe, who had 80-something points, had 0 points at the state championship. That's because he's a shutdown defender. All right, tremendous feet. The potential is very high. I think if he keeps working, he could do some very special things. And he already has. Phenomenal defender, Greg Marinelli. So happy this guy came out and played, and he came in the off seasons. He was a little timid at first, but once he got comfortable, he really worked hard. Again, another kid who's stick really improved throughout the year with just working with these varsity guys. I can't wait to coach him again next year. Number 28, Lucas Mattoon. Defenseman who got ripped off in All-League, which I wasn't happy about. I thought he had a great year for us, starting defenseman, extremely fast and athletic. But I know these 2 were very proud of how we grew up and matured throughout the year, especially off ball defensively. And the sky's the limit for this kid as well. Number 21, Anthony Nicolucci. Nicknamed Daddy Longlegs. Long, lanky, but man, he moves well for his size. Good stick as well, and he's another guy who's really improved, and we're expecting him to step up next year. Solid defenseman, number 30, Tyler Nielsen. This goalie would have started on the other team, pretty much in the section. It's his cage now, and he knows it, and Nick knows it too. Nick would say the same thing. Phenomenal goalie. I'm excited for him to get his time because he deserves it. We're excited for him. Number 17, Trevor Sutton. So happy he came out and played lacrosse because I've been trying to recruit him for a while. I think I recruited him dirty. Probably doesn't remember. But really athletic. We're expecting him to keep improving, get on the wall, become the player that I know Coach Solomon said it too, and we think the same of him. The potential's there. Defenseman number 14, Trevor Valenka. give a big, big round of applause for our varsity underclassmen. I'm proud to call this guy right here, this young man, one of the best goalies in Baldwinsville history. And I know the history because I went here and I talked to guys. Tremendous young man who's going to be one of the top goalies in New York State. I'm so incredibly proud of him because, and they said it behind me, we watched him grow from a quiet goalie to a general on the field. He is our MVP in the playoffs. I think everybody would admit it. As far as throughout the whole playoffs, he was consistent. He was a second team all-league player. Please, what a joke. Really? He's not just the best goalie in the league, he's the best goalie in the section. And he will be attending Lemoyne College to play Division I lacrosse. Dick Carey. I gotta call these guys together because they're twin brothers. They're midfielders for us. I talk about these guys together because, again, they're twins, but they're so close. These two young men are really another two guys who really improved, who bought in. Saw them in all the off-season workouts. They wanted to be a part of this team. Here's an example of two kids who didn't play varsity last year. Could have quit, could have gave up. No. Came out in all the off-seasons, worked incredibly hard. I'm so proud of them. I watched them grow up since they were in Palmer all the way to right now. We're going to miss them. They'll both be attending Mitchell College and play Division III lacrosse. Dominic and Vincent Cusimano. One word describes this man. He's a man. Warrior. Battled broken ribs in the summer, re-injured them during the season, never complained once. That's the kind of player he is. He's the best two-way midfielder I've ever coached. He's skilled, he's strong, he's athletic, but it's his desire to compete as hard as he can every time he steps on the field that makes him a phenomenal lacrosse player. And I've watched him grow up to become an amazing young man. He's an all-CNY, first-team all-league player, a team captain. He's attending Fairfield University and will play Division I lacrosse. Carson Dodd. This guy would probably start on most other teams. Again, just happened to be on one of the best defensive teams in the state, if not the best. This kid's athletic, physically strong player, gives you 100% every time he steps on the field. He picked the game up in 10th grade, and he made strides to improve as a solid defenseman in a short period of time. Again, on any other team, he's playing on the field. He's starting. He's genuine, as respectful as they come. He'll be attending Clarkson University. Defenseman number 7, Nick Foster. Another player, man. It's just how it is. If he's playing on another team, he's first line midi. We're proud of his improvement over the last couple seasons. He's extremely skilled lefty who's made himself into a college lacrosse player. He's one of my favorites because, again, another kid I taught at Palmer Elementary and still is now coaching him. He'll be attending Plattsburgh. Great kid, love him. Going to play Division III lacrosse. Number 5, midfielder, Jamie Gutter. This player made the switch. Here's another example of an unselfish player. Team first. Knew we lost an All-American faceoff guy. You know, at the time, we didn't know with Josh what was going to happen. And we need somebody to step up. Came up to me and said, I'm going to make the switch to faceoffs. Be a faceoff specialist. Be a faceoff guy. And he went from defense to faceoffs. And he really had some big games for us. Him and himself, I think Josh will agree that they complement each other when they go against opposing faceoff guys. He's one of the most well-liked players because he's a great teammate and, more importantly, a great person. He'll be attending, how do you see it? Ursinus College to play Division III football. Love this kid, Aiden Green. guy's one of the best players in Baldwinsville lacrosse history. Whoa, I'll come back to it. One of the best players in Baldwinsville lacrosse history. And that's talking with Coach Farini and other people as well. Tremendous athlete and player. Extremely skilled. He's the smartest player I've ever coached. Sorry, Spence. He is the best leader that I have ever coached. He's an amazing lacrosse player, even better person. And if you ever wanted to be a head coach someday, just don't take my job. He would be phenomenal at any level. He's a U.S. All-American, All-CNY, first team All-League player, was All-CNY player there last year, team captain. Really proud of this guy, attending Fairfield University and will play Division I lacrosse. Number 13, Keegan Lynch. Another player, again, there you go, this player, I thought when he came back from injury, he was right there. Unfortunately, we have one of the best defensemen of all time playing on our team too. But he backed him up, and he battled back from a broken collarbone. Once he was back, he played really, really well, and he needs to know that. I told him that. I thought he had his best game in the Section 3 semifinals when he was named Manley Cup winner. Another extremely hard worker on the lacrosse field. I hope he plays at Morrisville because I think he'll be a really good player for them, and both coaches agree. He's going to be attending Morrisville State College to play Division III lacrosse, long stick midi, number 3, Carter Little. This player is extremely skilled. Man, he's fast. You know, he was a first line midfielder for us, and he was having a great season, and then unfortunately, he got injured. It broke my heart. I know it broke the coaches' heart and team. It was a big loss for us. I can't imagine if we had him too still on the field. I felt bad for what happened, but you know, he kept his head up. He came to every practice he could. He supported the team throughout all that. That's not easy. I've been there with a season-ending injury, and it's tough. He didn't let it get him down, or at least didn't show it. I know this is just a bump on a great road to a great college career. He's just a respectful and genuine person. He'll be attending Nazareth College and is going to tear it up and play Division III lacrosse. Number 24 midfielder, Anthony Montgomery. Again, also one of the best players to ever play in Baldwinsville. I got the guys to talk to that back it up that I've talked to. Can shut you down on ball, quarterback on the defense off ball. You can take defense and create offense in a matter of seconds. His overall lacrosse IQ and instincts are totally off the charts. He's a freaking beast. He's a beast. But more importantly, he's a credible person. He's a great leader and teammate. You know, Keegan was the vocal captain. When this guy said something, your eyes went right to him and you listened. He's a U.S. All-American, All-CNY for 2 years, first team All-League player, team captain. He'll be attending Richmond University. He's going to have a great career to play Division I lacrosse. Long stick, number 11, Braden Pennefelder's team. This player was one of the best enclosed defensemen in Section 3. Another guy, never complained once. He was battling a bad injury. Never complained. Once he was healthy, he took off. And he had a great season. He was an X factor for us. A great on-ball defender, even better off-ball defenseman. And man, he's got just this knack to get ground balls out of nowhere. I've never seen anything like it. It's just, the ground ball's on the ground, he's a vacuum, he scoops it up. Tremendous kid, tremendous athlete, All-CNY, first team All-League player, another team captain. He does his leading by on the field. Not the most vocal guy. You don't always need that. You need someone to lead on the field. This guy does that. He'll be attending Manhattan University to play Division I lacrosse, defenseman, number 12, Pat Adams. This lefty attackman got better as the season went on. The season went on, another guy who was an X factor for us. And into the playoffs, he took off. Big time goals. Huge ground balls. People don't, I mean, I know some people do, but there's a lot of people who don't realize how many big ground balls that this kid got throughout the season. I believe he's the best ground baller on the team. He's quick, he's fast, he's shifty. Really smart player. Made himself into a really good lacrosse player. Outstanding lacrosse player. He's also wicked, wicked smart. U.S. Academic All-American. 101.8 average. He's number 6 in his class. And with all this, and I think the team would agree, he's one of the kindest players on the team, if not the kindest. He'll be attending MIT and will play Division III lacrosse. Attackman number 1, Ryan Quinn. Here's another player. Again, 3 outstanding attackman seniors in front of him. Any other team, he's playing a lot more. You want to talk about growth as a player over the last 2 years? This player improved, one of the most improved as well, over these last 2 years. Took some time off lacrosse, missed it, came back, and worked his butt off. And all these guys behind would agree. Became a really good lacrosse player. He's big, he's strong, on the field, off the field, gentle soul. Great kid. I'm personally so proud of this kid because I really thought he came to his own as a lacrosse player and more importantly a person. He'll be attending St. John Fisher to play Division III lacrosse. Attackman number 9, Zach Sarr. I know the team, the coaches are very proud of what this player had to overcome. You know, after a preseason knee injury that resulted in him missing all last season, he would not only come back at attack, he would come back and lead the team in goals. He's athletic, he's skilled, and he has one of the fastest, most accurate shots. Off the field, man, his personality and laugh are contagious to the whole team. He's a jokester. We're going to really miss him. I'm so incredibly proud of how he come back from that injury and had the season he had. He'll be attending St. John Fisher to play Division III lacrosse. Attackman number 19, Garrett Sutton. So incredibly proud of this player. His improvement on the field. Another X factor for us on the defensive end and in between the lines. Right, his main job is to shut down the second best midfielder. And as you know this, as you get farther and you keep going farther in the playoffs, that second midfielder becomes better and better until they're really, really good. He shut down all of them. Solid defense, can take defense to offense. He's a wing on the faceoffs all the time for us. Man down guy. Another X factor for the playoffs especially. You know, a player, first team all-league player. First team all-league player. Didn't hardly play all last year. He took his role and he went with it. And he became a first team all-league defensive midfielder. We're very proud of his maturity as a player and more importantly a person. He'll be attending Utica College and will play Division III lacrosse. Midfielder number 2, Will Weekly. This guy's a two-way midfielder for sure. I don't know if he likes this, and I say this, but I've said it before, kind of to reporters. He's a jack of all trades on the lacrosse field. Plays solid offense, solid defense. Again, on the wings when we need him for face-offs. Man down when needed. In between the lines, clears the ball. Another X factor towards the end of the season. The last 2 games, the player to score the first goal of that game was this guy. Phenomenal player. He wasn't a team captain, but he pretty much was. He was a leader of this team as well. He's a second team all-league player, and he'll be attending Penn State University. Midfielder number 10, Dylan Worthy. I'm so happy this guy decided to be manager. He came. I wish he would have stuck with lacrosse. We talked about. I tried to recruit him earlier to stick with lacrosse, but he wanted to focus on school, which is great because he's going to Virginia Tech University, and he decided to be a manager. I'm so happy he did that. Another funny guy. I watched him grow up. Again, another kid I taught at Palmer when I was a phys ed teacher, and I saw him grow from a kindergartner all the way up to be a senior, and his personality never changed. Kind, funny, genuine. He's going to have a great career academically. Jack Ginsberg. Before I finish up, I just want to give some words to the JV team. I already talked to the returners on varsity yesterday about it, but before I finish up, I'm going to let if both these coaches want to talk. I don't know if one wants to talk, but Coach Lamb wants to say a few words. Coach Lamb.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. I just want to take a quick minute to echo everything that Coach Wilcox said. Thank everybody that's involved with this program, from parents, players, administration. There's a lot of moving parts. We don't get to have these kinds of seasons without everybody in this room. So thank you, everybody. I love being a part of this, and I'm going to miss this team very much. A lot of these guys we kind of saw grow up, and the bond that they have will last forever. And I will say that I thought I knew these kids really well until about hour 7 of a 9-hour bus ride on Saturday. And I saw a whole different side of these guys, which I'm not really sure what was going on, but we got through it. So after a 9-hour bus ride, a state title game seems kind of easy. So maybe that practiced a little bit. So thank you guys for that. I asked Coach if I could speak tonight, but I didn't tell him why, because I knew if I told him why, he wouldn't let me. This year was incredible in a lot of different ways. And Coach isn't the kind of guy that really likes the spotlight to be on him in any regard. He hit 100 wins this year, which we talked about previously, but it was the middle of the season, and we had bigger goals in mind. But as I reflected on it, and I thought about 9 years ago, that phone call that Coach talked about briefly, and the Diet Cokes we enjoyed at Sam & Malone's, talking about what we wanted to do here and what it would take. And the biggest thing was changing the culture of the program. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have a winning culture and a belief, nothing matters. And that's what Coach did. He put all of that framework together. He got kids to buy in. And just like you said, coaches don't win games, right? Players do. He'll never take credit for that. But if you don't have a leader at the top that's going to guide that ship the right way, nothing happens. And we took our lumps, man. We did. I remember our first game ever together. We opened up at West Jenny, the Mike Massera days, and Matt was all fired up. Wow, we're gonna win. I'm calling it. We're taking it to these guys. I was like, all right, okay. And I don't remember who scored first, but then the first quarter we were down 7-1. So our confidence was sliding. We ended up losing. So Coach started off 0-1, but it was all, I guess, downhill from there. And everything kind of really started to click a few years into this thing. And the 2017 run that we made was kind of, in my opinion, the turning point of the program, where that culture really set in. And then we went on a run and won, 5 sectional titles now, 2 states, 4 sections in a row. And that's all because of the players, and it's because of the work that Matt has put in. People don't understand how much it takes to be a head coach. It's not just X's and O's. It's not just the practice field. The logistics, the booster club meetings, the media interviews, the stuff they have to do with the administration. I mean, taking care of, it sounds silly, but the sandwich orders and getting that stuff done for when we make these big postseason runs. He has to wear a lot of hats throughout the season, and he does so very well. At one point when I was a younger coach, I thought maybe I'd like to be a head coach somewhere at some time. It took about 2 seasons, and I said, I'm pretty good being an assistant. I like what I do. I coach, I talk to the boys, and that's it, I'm done. He does a great job with that. And I'll finish up with this. That the silver lining this year of losing our first game against Niskayuna was it gave Coach the opportunity to get that 100th win against a team he doesn't like very much. Every coach has that one team that you just don't like. Coach doesn't like FM so much that he doesn't even call them by name. It's the green team, or the team in green, or that team on the other side of town. He calls them other names to me and Coach that won't repeat here. So we lost to Niskayuna, but I said, man, we're going to beat ESM, and then we'll get Coach that 100th win against a team he doesn't like so much. So, Matt, from me, Coach, the boys, everybody, congratulations. And thank you to the Booster Club for helping us put this plaque together to commemorate his 100 wins. So, congratulations to all of us.
awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate everything you said. Don't like the spotlight. So now I'm kind of rambling. But anyway, I appreciate that. I do want to finish up with, I'm sorry I'm going back, but I think I didn't mention it. I don't even need this. I'm going to say this. I said it to the guys yesterday. I want to finish up with these seniors because I want you guys to hear it. I said it to the underclassmen, and I think they got the message. The standard is not state championship, other championships. If you have that just as your standard, you're never going to make it. I found that out. If you would just say state championship, yeah, let's go. Nah, it doesn't work that way. The standard is, and I said it a couple days ago, is doing it what these seniors, not us, created. The Bevel way. Doing it the Bevel way. Holding yourself accountable on the field and off the field. Working as hard as you can on the field when you practice, when you play. Not for you. Not for your coach, not for your girlfriend. For the players on your team. That accountability. Doing the stuff in the off season with the team. Go play other sports. But when you have time for the off season for lacrosse, sorry, we do it on Sundays, be there. But yeah, the other stuff, the team stuff's great. You know how hard that these seniors and the juniors and sophomores put in individually? Because your character is shown when nobody's looking. And I know that these guys, these seniors' character on the field, off the field, when nobody's looking, is phenomenal. And it's about doing the right things and being great lacrosse players, but more importantly, great people. You want to achieve championships? You want to do it? Which I think there's some bright future looking around, behind me and all around. Do it the Bevel way. And it wasn't the way that me or Coach created. It really came to fortune. It really came this year. It was the best leadership I have had, and it's going to be tough to beat. And it wasn't just the captains, and they were the best captains, by the way, that I've ever had, but it was every single senior. So my advice to you, the standard isn't state championship. The standard is do it the Bevo way. And if you do it that way, I'm not making guarantees, but you got a pretty good shot to accomplish your goals. Love you guys. Love you seniors very much. Love all you guys very much. Give a round of applause for the 2023. I went way too long. I got my man up here. Big Sexy wants to say a few things.
Fair warning, I wrote this in my class. So, dear friends and family, if you don't know me already, my name is Big Sexy. It's Luke. But today, I feel the need to give a speech to express my proudness and happiness for the team. But sadly, proudness and happiness isn't all I have. I'm a little sad knowing that our seniors will be going on to college and we won't have them here anymore. But I look on the bright side knowing that I can look forward to the next season, full of fun, spirit, and of course winning. I still do feel bad knowing our seniors are going on. But I know the happiness that they're going to be the best of the best lacrosse teams. And I also have great relief thinking that the boys will succeed. This season was fun. The pizza was better. But the best part of our season was the teamwork. I also want to say thank you to the coaches who got us all the way, and to all the players who got us to where we are today. I'd also like to thank everyone for the food and drinks that people bought. Stay seated, they're going to call everyone by table for food.
varsity season was awesome, and that was pretty cool, but we have a JV season we gotta talk about. All right, I do want to start off congratulating Coach Wilcox. I did have him in class. My dad and his grandfather were boys back in the day, and his mom was my babysitter. So I'm very connected to him. It's been an honor to watch him grow as a coach from my JV coach back in the day, and now he's a married man with a baby. And so, congrats, Maddie. Proud of you. Just real quick, I think my greatest contribution to Baldwinsville Lacrosse happened, I think, at a party in Tip Hill, I think in '98. I helped introduce Mr. and Mrs. Penfeather Stevenson.
Oh, yeah!
As Coach said, one of the best players to ever come through. If Coach Penfeather and I don't have that party in Tip Hill, he doesn't play for me. All right, so our season this year, we were young. Coach hit on that. We were a lot of young bucks. So we record-wise, not our best. Thinking back on it today, though, we had 3 overtime losses and another 1-point game there. So 7-8 could easily have been 11-4. So these guys came to practice every day, worked really hard. I think some of these young bucks are going to get called up to duty next year because of the amount of seniors that are graduating. So, you only have about 9 seasons left, months left, I should say. We talked about that, getting in the weight room, getting on the wall, and getting ready for varsity. Some of you guys will have back, but a bunch of you guys are going up. We did have a handful of sophomores. I want to thank Coach. We came in with a bad back, but he got himself back into shape. We'll warm up our goalies again by the end of the year, mid-year. So thanks, Coach. And let's go. We're going to just call the boys up. When you come up, just stay until everyone's through, and then we're going to do so we can get a picture in. All right, number 26, Derek Barr. And number 8, Sawyer Barr. Yes, we need a gray Jeep Cherokee. Plates KYD 6439. Please move so a truck can get out. All right, number 4, Zach Bice. Number 3, Ryan Bookman. Number 2, Lucas Corbett. Number 23, Brendan DeCesar. Number 4, Eli Doherty. Number 16, Ethan Doherty. Number 11, Ben Hervé. Number 29, Mike Gregoire. Number 5, Andrew Grossman. Number 24, Dominic Hayes. Number 13, Nick Hurley. Number 27, Ryan Levy. Number 9, Ollie Lyman. Number 6, Tyler Mahalik. Number 12, Jack Mahaffey. Number 14, John Martosia. Number 31, Trevor Miller. Number 30, Matt Needsley. Number 19, Tyler Pine. Number 18, Andrew Crowdy. Number 25, Will Reschke. Number 28, Aaron Rowe. Number 1, Nick Sacco. Number 22, Joe Saraceni. Number 15, Jake Seafeld. Number 7, Alex Kapura. Number 17, Dan Truesdale. And number 33, Zach Webster. All right, and last but not least, number 10, Owen Wilson. All right, congratulations, boys. Again, we were close, all right, super close. So, a bunch of these guys I've had for 3 years in a row because I moved up from modified with them, so I'm thrilled. They're going to be thrilled to move on and not see you next year. Congratulations, thank you, parents. Whatever you're doing with a hair product, nuts. Look at these guys, all of this stuff. Incredible, incredible. Keep it up. Thank you.
Let me get it. Lucas, I love you.
All right, again, thank you for all the participation in the raffle, or all the hard work. Again, it means so much, funding, giving Matt and his coaches everything he needs to be successful in the field so he doesn't have to worry about monetary issues. He can just work with the boys and put the best product he can on the field. Okay, and as we talked at the parent meeting, that requires indoor time, it requires a lot of balls. Okay, and it requires as much training as possible, whether it be summertime camps or indoor space during the winter, all right, and coming right down to a state championship, right, making sure these boys get fed and taken to where they need to go so that their only issue is to go out there and play the game, okay? So thank you very much. Another round of applause for everyone at Sunday. All right, this is the last speech of the night. So again, my name is Frank Garcia, I'm Boosters president. All right, first year as president, taking over for Heather Mackin. And I know when I spoke to Heather at the beginning of the year, she's coming off a couple of years with the state championship, and she's handing over the presidency to a Long Island guy. I hear you, I hear you. So, to me, you know, besides the whole upstate, downstate thing, they'll crucify me if I make any mistakes here. So I had to be on my A game. But I want to thank Heather because at any given moment I had questions and reached out. Heather would be always available to me. She usually had a spreadsheet, documentation, and folders, and she made the transition really easy for me. So again, I'm just carrying forward what the Booster Club has set up in the past, and you guys are wonderful and have done a wonderful job. So Heather, thank you very much. You know, talking about the coaches at the table today, obviously, there's no discussion on their success on the field. No discussion that they're prepping these boys to play the game, and no discussion on what they're doing isn't the best in the state, okay? But there's another thing I want to call attention to that, you know, I can say is very rare from my standpoint, is the culture. Okay, so I have 3 sophomore children. I said this at the scholarship night, and this senior group, the boys and the girls, boys tonight, are very special. Okay, they've taken my sophomore children under their wing. All right, I remember when hockey season started, lacrosse, we didn't give a ride anywhere. Like who's taking you? Keegan, Carson, seniors, Penfeather Stevenson. Okay. Now, I remember when I was a senior, matter of fact, to just filter in, you know, last year we played Northport. I'm down there at Hospital watching the game. I had a lot of my Long Island friends there. And the first thing they said, you guys don't look like much when we played Northport. Okay, well I said, well, wait till you see them play. I think you'll be, you know, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And they were shocked. They were absolutely shocked walking off that field. They felt like they were bigger, they were stronger. Well, this year was very different. This year you're, you know, returning state champions. Okay, but again, I got all the warnings of Farmingdale from my friends. So this is tough, you got a game plan against this goalie, everything under the sun. This goalie, this goalie, this goalie. At the end of that game, I texted all my friends, Nick Carey, greater than Michael Ippolito. He was the best goalie on the field. We were you guys were the best team on the field that day. Okay? So why I bring this up is the culture, all right? You can play the game of lacrosse, you can play any sport you want, but what makes champions is attitude, okay? The fact that the seniors are embracing the sophomores, okay, and bringing them in as part of the family. I mentioned that to a couple of my friends. I said, the culture here is unbelievable. Culture, come on, what are you doing down there, up there? And so I'm telling you, it's the culture. I go, remember when we were seniors and we laughed at the sophomores? They don't do that here. They embrace them. They're a team, they're a family. And that's not cliche, that's really what you guys do. So my challenge as the seniors move on is the upcoming juniors and sophomores and everyone through the program. When you get to be an upperclassman, be this senior group. Embrace the younger kids. Bring them on board. All right, now culture gets established by the coaches. Also by the families. So this is the greatest lacrosse community and one of the best sports communities I've ever been a part of. We're blessed to live in Beeville. I moved into Beeville. Again, grew up on Long Island. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'm all upstate now. I am all upstate. That being said, I want to thank the coaches for not only the X's and O's and the success on the field, but helping to raise every parent's child in this room. Because that's what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, the game will end. But you guys will be fathers. You guys will be husbands. You guys will be members of society. And this leadership, yeah, it's going to happen someday. The game will end someday. All right? But you know, all those traits that you're learning from this coach group is going to pay dividends the rest of your life. And we hope you bestow that onto your own children. And that's how culture grows. So I want to come up here, please. Coach Bork, Coach Lamb, Coach Wilcox, Spence, Coach Wertheim, and Coach Solomon. Thank you so much for everything you do for these boys. All right, Coach Bork. Wow. You want to take a picture? Let's get a picture of the coaching group.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Ford.
Okay, we have triplets in the 10th grade. They're all, they call themselves athletes, I don't know. But they're always bumped and bruised, okay? And I think Rebecca is our full-time liaison to patch up Garcia's. All right, so I want to call the senior group up because they have a little something and something they want to say to about Rebecca. Senior captains.
Good luck, Brady.
Girls.
All right, I can speak for all of us in our 3 years on varsity. We've been blessed with a great trainer, and what makes Rebecca so great is obviously she's a great trainer. She's great at taping ankles, but at the end of the day, she's just a great person. She's great to be around, just so down to earth and just awesome person. So from like the whole lacrosse program, and thank you personally from me for caring about us so much and doing everything you do. We're really gonna miss you. I don't know if I'll be a trainer like you. Thank you, Rebecca. We also have another gift. After every game, we're usually walking off, and you see a little dude with a mullet that looks a lot like Garrett running over with some treats. And I don't know if everyone on the team and all the parents know that Mrs. Sutton bakes all of those treats personally for us. So Mrs. Sutton, your treats are great. Sometimes it's frustrating getting back to the locker room excited after a big win. And Dylan Garcia has 8 in his locker, and there are none left for some of the seniors, which is not a great thing, but it's all right. We just want to say thank you, Mrs. Sutton, for all that you do. Thank you for always providing us with the treats.
Thank you, Mrs. Sutton.
Yeah, Mama Martin.
Before we leave, we'll get a pulse here. Ready? Pulse, 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 pulse.
Shout out Uncle Fester.
Okay, a few more thank yous. We have 4 retiring board members this year. And again, when they asked to be president, I'm like, all right, you know, let's give this a roll. So not only did I get so much transition from Heather, but man, any silly, stupid question I had, I got a quick answer from the board, and they helped make that transition seamless. So I do appreciate that. They have years of service on the board, doing great things to, you know, to build boosters to what it is, which is a very vibrant booster club in the area, probably the best around lacrosse in the sector. So our retirees are Andy Quinn at treasurer, Amy Wertheim as vice president, Eric Stevenson, jack of all trades, program, anything we need done. And Marty Little, who makes the best beef Wellington in the section. When we have it as special. If you guys can come up, please.
All right, Mr. Quinn.
Thanks for Let's take one picture. Let's stay up here.
All right, Big E.
All right, let's get a picture here.
Hit the frog.
Okay, a couple more. We have two photographers that give of themselves tirelessly. Okay, Colleen Nilsson and Kelly Hutala take pictures for our games. Kelly and Colleen, remember those stretched out pictures of you guys on the scoreboard last year? And now they're really sharp and they look good. That's the work of Colleen, Kelly, and Tara Levy as well. Okay, they're out there, rain, shine, taking pictures at home or away games, okay? So please put all those great snaps you have and then you send them to your girlfriends and put it on Instagram, all right, to show that you guys are cool. All right, that's all coming from them for the most part, all right? So put your hands together for Colleen Nelson and Kelly Hutala. Colleen, if you could come up here. Kelly's not here, she's probably at another event snapping pictures.
I look like a Toyota.
Okay, we also have, ironically enough, we have a videographer who never takes a night off, all right? He's another guy, whenever I see him disheveled, I'm like, how's it going, Matt? I got the girls' softball game at 7:30, and then I got Bebo. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, So he does so much for us. He keeps us on video. He keeps us in his eye of his lens. His name is Matt Taylor, but we know him as Matt Man. Come up here. Okay, we have a Spirit Coordinator Award. I think we know who that's going to. All right, man, this kid is awesome, right? He gave a speech that half the moms are crying back there. I don't know if the food was spicy or they were emotional. Either way, they're crying back there. Man, what can you say about Luke Locke, also known as Big Sexy? Now he's in character, folks. Luke works tirelessly, right? You see him, you players hopefully don't notice him, but all the parents and everyone else notices him in the stands, running up and down, home games, away games. I witnessed him at a Liverpool game hitting on the Liverpool girls, and they were laughing.
It's the FM girls.
It was the FM? Oh, wow. I think Coach Wilcox will keep you away from the FM girls. But he's great, right? And that spirit riles up the parents, riles up the student section. He's a 3-sport spirit guy, all right? He's at the football games. I think you're at the hockey games too, right? All right, hockey and lacrosse. All right, so Luke, your contribution is so valuable. All right, you can pick the team up at any moment, and we appreciate everything you do. And you're with that speech today. You're a really fine young man, and we're proud to have you under our umbrella as Bevo Boys Lacrosse Program. Okay, I want to thank people, the everyday people that just get this program clicking. Hollis Style is our team mom. The communication is phenomenal. We got Canada on fire. Things are changing by the moment, and we're getting communications from Hollis before I'm getting them from the Weather Channel. I don't know how she does it, all right, but she kept us in the loop, and as a parent, especially parents that have multiple kids, man, that communication is so critical. So, and that's just one of the things she does. She volunteers for everything under the sun, all right? You guys need, snacks on the bus, they're packed in brown bags. And I can go on and on and on, okay? So Hollis, your contribution is unbelievable. I'm personally gonna really sad to see you go, and retire and, follow Carson around and Peyton, obviously. But come on up here, we wanna just give you some flowers.
Hit the frog! Hit the frog! Hit the frog!
Amy Wertheim, I know she's a retiring board member, but she does so much more than that, from helping to coordinate this event, picking up the certificates, packing envelopes. I mean, again, Vice President, jack of all trades. She helps this program enormously. I think Coach Wilcox, having the Wertheim family in the program since 2016. I think we all feel this way about this family specifically, but I wanted to thank Amy for her contributions to helping me this year outside of your role as Vice President. So come on up. Okay, Tara Levy. All right? I don't even know what her official title is. But I know this, if your school bus was stuck on the side of the road, within one call, she'd be pushing the back of it to get your school bus back on the road. All right? Not only was she the videographer for our varsity games, okay, she helped to coordinate to get pictures for the modified team and some things that got missed at modified. She helps out with the JV, the varsity. She does anything. Her only problem is she doesn't say no. That's quite personally the only problem she has, but she doesn't say no. And this year could not have been this successful without all of Tara's contributions. So come on up here, Tara. Okay, our board secretary, again, prepares all the materials, always aligns them in a way that are easy to go through, but again, so much more than the board secretary, all right? She was involved in decorating today, she's involved in everything we do. We're more of a team at this point than actually running on rolls, which again fits the culture of what Matt's trying to achieve, and it's kind of flowing through the board from what I felt this year. Jen's awesome. We've known Jen forever. Again, another person that cannot say no. She's young and lovely. Bring her on up here. Come on, Jen. Do it again, Jen. Bring her on. All right, I'm sure our MIT kid is counting the flowers and saying how many more of these announcements we have. We're getting there. Sarah Lyman, all right, she's in charge. Again, Matt has already went through her accolades, but Sarah's another one. Anything I need to know, I call. She actually has a full-time job. Sometimes I think she comes out of surgery to answer my questions, and she's like full of blood on her, thing. She's got an oxygen mask on. That's dedication right there. You're in the middle of a gallbladder removal, and the booster president calls you, and then she's, you know, texting you back or on FaceTime, right? So Sarah, come on up. Thanks for everything you do. Okay, luckily we're not losing her, all right? Wendy Iano, also on the board, does, when you guys get t-shirts, you guys get your gloves, you guys get your helmets, you know, whatever it might be, most of that stuff comes through Wendy Iano, all right? She works tirelessly for you guys, all right, to keep you guys geared up and some good swag so that the girls actually look at you. All right, so we thank Wendy for that. I'm not sure if Wendy's here today, probably not, but I did want to thank Wendy and just have a shout out for Wendy as well. Okay, and last one, enormous contribution to the program. I want to call out the whole Hennefeather Stevenson family. Obviously, Eric is retiring from the board, but you know, Lori does so much behind it. Your generosity for the rings last year were unparalleled. You know, you're a big supporter. We've been blessed to actually, you know, play with you through 2 seasons, hockey and lacrosse, and really the Garcia family has gotten to know you very well, and wish we got to know you a lot earlier because you're a fantastic family. And there's no doubt why he's such a fantastic young man as well. So I do want to just call attention to Lori and have her come up here, and so we can give her some flowers for everything you've done for the program. She's moving away from us, and that's sad. So this will be my one chance to give you flowers. Thank you. Okay, that's all I have. That's a wrap on 2023. Let's turn the page starting tomorrow for the 24 season. All right, we ready to roll? Yeah. All right, we ready to roll? Yeah. The seniors are louder. They're going to like college. JV, you ready to roll? Yeah. Come on. Let's hear it. B-Ville. 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 B-Ville! You got some work, coach. You got some work. All right, we will see you guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
What's the frog? Where's the frog? The frog.
Just make a goofy face.
Thanks for coming, Matt.
Seniors, make sure you don't leave without taking your banners. Make sure you hang them on your dorm wall. Your roommate will appreciate it.
We're going to get